Hello everybody, KT here with Wise Images Photography, and today we are going to go ahead and go over how to install Dehancer, which is a film-like emulation plugin for your editing programs. I already went over the photo side. I use Lightroom. I've gone over the installation there. Today I'm going to go ahead and go over the video side. You have multiple options for different editing programs, but we are going to go over specifically mine, which is I'm using Premiere Pro, and I also have a Windows. So that's what you're going to see for the installation today. So let's go ahead and jump into this, because there is great information on the dehancer.com site, just so that you guys are aware. The first things you guys want to do is you want to make sure that you have all the correct system requirements. So please make sure that you go through, look and see, and make sure that you are all set with that, because if you do not have the right requirements, this is not going to work for you. Next up on this wonderful Learn tab, that's where I found my system requirements, but also too, you have all these wonderful tools, how to get started, workflows, and whatnot. So I'm gonna look for my installation guides. I am doing Premiere Pro, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on that icon right there, and it takes me right to that particular page. You have all the downloading, installing information right there. They also have a fantastic video. Guys, I have also watched this video. This video will go over some other kind of like, I'm not a video editor per se, like I'm learning how to video edit, okay? So understanding what settings, a lot of times, guys, I just put everything in default, okay? But this video right here will go over like some of the more in-depth things that you guys might want to make tweaks to. So definitely check that video out. But anyways, needless to say, here is the rest of the information. So just go through, pick out which computer you're on, and voila, there you go. All right, so next up, go ahead and hit the products page. That will take you to the products page. Go ahead and pick whichever one that you wanted to go ahead and get. I did not do DaVinci Resolve OFX plugins, so I'm gonna come over here on the far left-hand side, and I'm gonna go ahead and do Adobe AE and PR for those particular plugins. When I get to my screen here, I'm gonna go ahead and go download and try. I'm gonna go ahead and do Dehancer Pro. When I click on it, I want to make sure that I go ahead and click on Windows, and I'm going to go ahead and download and try. And you'll notice in the upper right hand corner that it's going to start to do a download over here. And then we just wait. All right, so once it downloads onto your computer, go ahead and go to your downloads folder. You're going to go ahead and see the Dehancer Pro install right there. Go ahead and click on it. And let me move my screen just a little bit so that you guys can see what happened. It went ahead and said extract. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the folder, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit extract all. It's going to ask me where do I want to go ahead and save this. And this is something that I learned from doing some research the other day, is I actually don't want it to go in my downloads folder. Apparently I want it in a more permanent position. So I'm going to go ahead and browse, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into my program files. And it looks like the pathway is already there to program files. So boom, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna hit select folder, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit extract. And I'm gonna replace the destination files, and the reason why is because I already installed this on my program. So whenever I run into a little hiccup, I'll let you guys know that that was from the previous one. So that is the hiccup, that's why, because I already have something there. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace those. For you guys, it should just normally run properly. So my apologies about that. So once it starts going into the folder, it's gonna look like this. Mine says copying, and I'm not sure if yours will say copy or not, just because like I said, I've already installed this on my program, so my computer's kind of flipping out because it sees some of the other stuff that is on there that was there prior to. Hopefully I don't mess anything up, because I hope it doesn't think it's on there twice now. Once you have extracted everything and you go into your program files, you're gonna go down. And if you guys notice, mine says CUDA or OpenCL. If you have a NVIDIA graphics card, use the CUDA. If you don't have a NVIDIA's card, use the OpenCL. So I'm gonna go ahead and double click on this. And just so that you guys know, while we're waiting for that to go ahead and open up, I do definitely have my Premiere is already open. Now, my computer likes to put this Windows protected pop-up on. When I hit more information, it just tells me that this is wanting to run on my computer. I'm gonna go ahead and click run anyway. Now we go ahead and we have the plugin. I'm gonna go ahead and hit next. Go ahead and accept the license. Make sure you read through first. I've already read it, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going. Now I'm ready to install. Go ahead and hit install, and you're gonna start seeing everything on the screen, and it's gonna start to install. Hit yes to those wonderful pop-up menus when it asks you if you want it to install or not. Go ahead and hit finish when everything's done. All right, so now you're gonna go ahead and jump into Premiere Pro. I'm gonna go into my effects panel. I'm gonna go ahead and type in DEH so that I can find my Dehancer, which is up underneath film emulation. I'm gonna go ahead and left click, drag that over to my timeline here onto my clip. And then when I do that, you guys will see that there's the Dehancer license limitation. So it says, please buy the license to remove the watermark. So what I'm gonna do is over here where I have my effect controls, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna find my film emulation plugin, which is my Dehancer Pro right here. I'm gonna scroll down and you can click check profile so that way you can check to see if it has. Hit OK, and now I'm going to go ahead and go to license info. Now it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. Notice that there is a login select license. If you already have like a login, you can select the license and everything will run and it'll be good to go. If this is your first time setting it up, what you will do is go to enter license key. This is what I had to do the first time I did this. I put in my email and then I went to the site to get my activation key. Where you find that is you go ahead and go into your user profile. Once you go into your user profile, you go ahead and click on manage on whichever program that you selected, and then from there you would go ahead and hit copy key, and once you have that key copied, you would go ahead and paste it right into your activation key area. Then you would go ahead and hit activate plugin. Once it is activated, you guys are good to go. Now I have a dual screen, so I can only put a little bit here on the screen for you guys to see, and up above is where you'll see where you can just basically go through and you can pick whichever profile, film profile that you want, and that's going to start giving you your different looks. And then if you want to get a little bit more in depth into it, you can definitely start experimenting with all your different sliders and whatnot. But basically that is it, you guys. It was very simple to install this versus what I went through on the photo side. So needless to say, let me know what you guys think. I hope that you found this helpful. Like I said, watch that other video. They go into more aspects of render this and render that and this stuff that I just kind of, you know, some settings to help you with not bogging down your computer some and everything else like that, or getting it to look more smooth and stuff. I normally just try to put all the what I'm starting to do now, because I noticed that this computer does this program does tend to bog down the computer. I'm just going to start throwing all the color grading effects on at the end, and then I will go ahead and render out at that point. So just that's going to be my trick on how to deal with the powerfulness of this fantastic program is. Guys, if this was able to help you out some, give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you guys remember that you are awesome. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you later, alligator.